so you can get the little rat fucking think dust out your mouth. Little cave baby.
Little baby, look at the little baby.
You know
What
your
did
mum
he
said to
say,
me?
the little baby?
You know what your little baby mum said to me?
No, what did she say?
She said, you got the stream on yet?
Yeah. She said she has
Bully
as
hole
well.
hold 50 cacks. Have you actually got the stream on yet?
Yeah, I have. I'm watching myself speak.
How many
Welcome
times
to
have you been...
Amnesia: The Dark Descent. What follows is a couple
The
of quick
Dark
messages on how to get the
Descent.
best. Yeah, The Dark Descent.
The Dark of Scent.
The Dark Descent.
Hey, El Darko. You know they called El Darko before they shot him?
Nope.
El Chapo.
No, are you watching or what?
Yeah, we'll watch the stream.
Where have you been for the past 10 minutes, Noah?
In a story bit on Persona 5.
We've just been talking about how to spell amnesia and other words.
Oh my god, it's actually like PC menu. What's commentary? What's commentary? It's so
Do you want the
fucking
voice
loud.
notes?
It's so loud. How
I
can I
know,
make it
I played
quieter?
Dark Striders and I put it on one volume and when I turned the game on, it was... oh yeah, it's Darksiders. I always call it Striders.
Striders.
It's because of the horse.
Clack returns.
No, it does not. That's
Clack
it's
returns.
firmly aside. You're the
successor to
Ratchet and Clack.
Ratchet
Ratchet and Clack is like,
he's getting
it's
mad,
so
he's getting
wrong.
mad. Yeah, but you just fucking call it Dark Striders, bro. You call yourself a true fucking fan, you don't know shit.
I'm not a true fan, it's
Oh, I love
deleted.
Dark
It's not
Striders.
anymore.
Why is it so loud? It's hurting my head.
It's
I
not even
can't hear
loaded.
it, turn it up.
in London
Oh, my name is Daniel, I live in London. If you want to meet up with me, I'd love to meet up with you guys.
This is crazy. Don't forget.
I live in London.
Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is...
Damn, Daniel.
I am...
Yes, Daniel.
I don't even live in London.
Daniel, you little nympho.
He looks like PS2 graphics.
Two-time convicted nympho. You know your mom told me?
No, what did she do?
She told me that chimp.com is where she's working at tomorrow.
And?
It's take your sister to work. It's take your daughter to work day.
Teach
Taking
your
your
sister
sister
to
on
work
his own
day.
now.
I'm gonna have to turn this down, it's too scary.
I can't hear
Get your
anything.
pet to work day.
What options have you got? What is effect
I have
subtitles
to
and
turn.
what's commentary?
I have to change audio mix. I change it all to the not party.
Hi,
Speak, mate.
my name is Thomas Grip, and I'm one of the co-founders of Frictional Games. I work with engine
Yeah?
code, gameplay.
Alright, you're right.
Is there a way I can turn the sound down in the party? Because it's literally killing my face. Adjust audio level, is that what I do? Or just audio mix? Party audio. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, just because it's so loud in my head.
That's what I normally do when I'm just playing. But now I've got to put it all the way to the left. So I can hear the game.
I think that commentary thing is like developer commentary.
I'll turn it off now.
Two-time convicted Knight of Steel. Better than Red Steel.
You watched PewDiePie play this game, didn't you?
Yeah, like a long time ago now.
Long time.
2011?
2011.
Year of our
Oh,
Lord.
you used to say it.
No, he goes, See, mate, this was so before they made a good game.
Is this is the guy with the skin monster, isn't it? This game.
Yeah, he's like living condom. Who's commenting
Yeah.
on this stream? I can't see it.
Probably not.
Me.
It's still so bloody loud. Buggering loud. I'm scared of my own breathing scaring me, bro.
What is this? A Bethesda game that you can pick up stuff?
A Bethesda game. It's a pathetic game. It's got puzzles in it.
I know. Bethesda.
I wonder how long it. I wonder if we'll get stuck by a monster first, or get stuck by a puzzle first.
It's a 2 AM puzzle challenge. Imagine doing 999 at 2 AM. Impossible.
Please don't escape
That's
the
the
room
impossible
at 2
game,
AM
that is.
challenge. In that possible
What's
game, we've got to
going on?
bounce that fucking block a bunch.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like a sanity thing in this game where if you're in the dark too long, your guy goes fucking nuts.
Is that what he's doing there?
Yeah. Remember that.
Didn't he die like that?
Don't know. Well, like when the screen starts to like shake and fucking go crazy.
Do you need to know anything before the game is? Have you skipped stuff or not?
No, I've not skipped anything, bro.
So it starts with you just being in a creepy place.
Well, yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm damn Daniel. I'm damn Daniel.
Damn Mammo. Damn Damiel.
I don't really remember the actual main game. I just watch people do custom stories. Turkish Delight.
Kurdish Delight.
BLB PewDiePie, gotta gas my curds.
Stone some Kurds.
Buddy hole, hold 50 curds. There's a water monster in this one as well.
I thought it was just the skin monster.
No, there's loads of them. There's like a monster that's blind. Skin monster. Water monster.
Story any good in this one, or is it bad?
Don't remember the story.
This is like bringing back memories of Soma.
Or it is made by the same people.
Soma wasn't this year, was it? It was
2015.
That's mad, isn't it? No, when you
They-
played it, it wasn't 2015, was it?
No, when I played it, it was last year. It was last summer.
Going into year 13, wasn't it?
Booty hole hold 50 teens.
Spooky
2016
horror
summer.
game.
2016 summer was so much better than 2017 summer.
Alright, Mr. Fucking.
Wasn't it?
Remember the old
It was
days?
though.
Remember the Malden days?
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this.
Picked up oil.
I choose to forget.
I
Try to
choose
find comfort
poker
and
chip.
strength in that fact. There is a
Welcome
purpose.
to. I
You are
choose
my
you.
final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible.
Jiggy no posts
Go to
50
the inner
emojis.
Find Alexander.
Emoji with big eyes, emoji with big small eyes, emoji with. Remember that? Fucking back. That's fucking.
Yep.
Talk about old school.
Emoji smiley face with glasses.
Emoji with emoji. Mogi shooting people with Matsuda. The lantern drains oil when turned on, so press X to put the oil in the barrel. I can't read because someone just came online and now I don't know how to do that section of the game. What's happening there? What's going on? Am I done in there now or something?
Helps with the puzzle moves. Why are you just chucking stuff about?
Am I done in this room? No, I'm not.
I don't know. Where's the pink bunk where you're supposed to go?
Bugger. Don't know, bro.
Whoa, I got an epic horseman.
I got an epic porcelain throne. Oh, it's teaching me how to run. It's not good, is it?
No. Never is in games, is it?
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone.
A really deep
of
voice guy.
Brennenburg.
Sounds like the guy from Darkest Dungeon. But just stop and supply it.
What's the red Spider-Man called? Carnage. Carnage's web is in there.
And Venom, isn't it?
No, he's Black Spider-Man.
What's Red Spider-Man?
Carnage. Carnage.
I've never seen Carnage.
Yeah, it's like Venom, but red.
That's Spider-Man.
No, Venom's got like goo on him, like this symbiote.
You've lost one.
Can we just get the monster to come and kill me and get it out of the way?
You scared?
I'm scared, bro. Fucking, I was working in the lab late one night.
Working in the lab late one night.
Scooby-Doo the Night of 1,000 Frights. Oh, my TV's going to turn off. Where's the bastard remote?
Why is everybody does that? Nobody can find the remote when the TV wants to turn off.
Fuck, where is it? For fuck's sake.
You better hurry up because it's gonna be a monster's angry face when you turn the TV back on. It goes off.
I still leave it, my headset. Oh! Right, let's go. Two-time convicted lampshade. That's Noah's family.
What is? I missed that one.
The lampshade gamers.
Lampshade of gamers.
Lampshade gamers.
Evil rocks.
Autistic mother. Jewish mother. Godfather two. Well, you got three. There's three of you, isn't there? No.
There's
I've
three
got
of
three
them.
what?
There's three of you, like your mum and dad's offspring. That's right, isn't it? You got a brother and sister.
Where are you going with this?
No, I'm checking. You gonna answer the question or not? He's gonna leave it hanging.
Gonna leave it hanging.
We don't know if he has one or not.
I can't remember. He's been away from home for that long. He can't remember if he's got a brother and sister.
I don't have a family. That's so true.
He's got a Finnish one. Finnish, you
Yeah,
know.
they got finished off.
Yeah, but yeah, you killed him, didn't you? Would you live in Finland though?
I don't know.
Not been yet.
As an
Lay the
ignorant
land.
Jewish English boy, would you live in Finland?
What you just call him?
Would you?
Leave him alone. Big bully. This must. What is this? Please don't tell me I've got to know that. 'Cause I don't. Got the chemistry pot.
Is it not puzzles like it just gives you a puzzle to solve?
Now puzzles is like, oh yeah, the fucking water in this room is like fucking flooded. Help unflood the room.
Oh, I meant to say the other week, I think it was last week, in one of my classes at uni, we were talking about stuff not being what it is if you change stuff. I can't remember what it actually was, but it reminded me of, you know, 999 when
Shot fire burn on the dance floor.
Where they're on about if you've got something, but then change it to something else. It's still got like, say, like it had the people example, didn't it? It had the boy and it had the girl, didn't it? It had the girl dummy and the boy dummy, and you swapped all of the body parts over, but
it's
kept
like
the heads the same.
And there's that thing as well, like if you had a ship that you'd rebuilt on it for so long that it was completely a new ship, is it still the same ship that you started with?
And it's like, is it the same thing? We were doing that sort of thing with words.
I forget, like
it's called something.
Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from the most recent experiment has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Move them to the wine cellar. Maybe that's where I've got to go. Fucking, what did I pick up a minute ago? Chemistry pot. A pot containing a mixture of all sorts.
You got a drink?
No. I don't think this is going to really go too well, bro. I'm dumb. I don't know puzzles.
Dumb, I don't know puzzles.
Oh god, that scared me a bit. This woman's getting fucking diversity. Doing some fucking moves on her.
Just putting a stuff. There's some shapes. There's some shade. There's some shade at your guy, you'll die. You have a brain aneurysm if you throw too much shade in.
Yeah. Yeah, mate, yeah. A lot of two-time convicted felon doors here that are locked up.
Are you playing Castle Wolfenstein, bro? Castle
Wolfenstein.
Playing Catherine with a big sheep.
That's the thing though, you can't stop talking, because if you stop talking you either crack or sound like a retard.
Yeah, your brain stops
You've got to keep going and going and going, because if you stop then that's it, you fall off the train. You get hit by the train on the Russian dashcam. Dashcam. Oh fuck. I can hear evil.
Evil. Oh, you're in a prettier place looking now.
There's a monster in here.
The monster mash.
He did the mash. It was a condom smash.
16th of May, 1839. Later that evening, tomorrow.
Later that evening in the lab one night, the monster comes and eats my
What do you reckon scarier, this or Soma?
Mate, I've been playing this for about 10 minutes, but probably this. Soma I like more for the story.
I wouldn't have been able to play Soma on my own. Not gonna say that, I'm not gonna deny that, but I didn't think it was actually that scary, to be honest.
No, you seen they
If I
did
knew
an
how
update to that. They
scary-
added like a non-death mode on it.
No, I've not seen that. If I knew how scary it was before it, then I would have been able to play it, but not knowing, I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't be able to play Resident Evil 7. That's too scary.
No, Resident Evil 7 isn't that scary because you've got it's like quite offensive. Not as in like, oh, you misgendered me. But I've got a fucking gun.
You think you're safe in Resident Evil 7, and then Jack, like when you think you killed Jack like 100 times, and then he just comes out downstairs into the cellar after cutting that policeman's head off. He comes down, gets in the car, smashes it into the wall, it explodes, he gets out on fire, you then like cut him down and shoot him in the head, and then he just grows his head back.
Just buying time anyway.
I'm not.
Let's
No,
do
it's
what
not
we
scary.
can.
There isn't much
And also when earlier on, when you think you're getting away from him and you're running down the corridor and he just bursts through the wall and gets you.
in on us, especially downstairs.
Cuts your leg off.
Here,
Your leg or your hand or both. I think both of them.
Let's get the
No,
servants
but I'm
working
a
on
bit
it.
freaked out from this at the moment. I don't want the spooky man to come and spook me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That
You
was
say
one
they
thing.
want to make love with you.
That was one thing I did really like about Resident Evil was when your hand got cut off,
Seventh
and
of the
then
day, the crew
over
was
game time, it was like the wound was slowly healing up. I thought that was a really nice touch. Remember that?
He did the touch. He touched my butt. He touched my butt.
You picked up loads of those little tinder boxes.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Can't go that way anymore. Didn't explore any of the fucking doors or anything.
There's 5 people watching.
Yeah, well, I know 2 of them are.
Unless 4 of them are Noah.
But less. Unless 4 of
Don't
them
say
are
about my old accounts.
fragile but not breakable by hand. Are you still fucking putting emojis in the chat or something? Oh no, who the
No,
fuck
somebody's
is
saying
that?
they want to make love with you.
You want a picture of me? I want to make love with you. I speak French. Mate, racking in the poon tank. I thought you were joking when you were saying about that. I thought you were talking about the monster. The tarpaulin monster. Tell me if
You
the
have
skill
to be
one's any more
swift
like a dick.
when you activate the first one.
Anymore?
You
I
hear
do.
that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
If it stops, let's start over.
Well, shall we try to look at what one I'm after? Oh!
It won't open.
Oh, who cares? Whoa. Me lanterns ran out of
Jesus Christ, that book, everything that book touches is ridiculously loud.
I'm coming off, yo.
I'm coming off. Alright. Have fun, Noah. Sleeping.
See you tomorrow when I have GTA.
Yeah. And Monster Hunter, if you're ever not downloading GTA's updates.
We don't even give a shit
Put
about
me
you,
off,
bro.
don't matter.
We don't care. Oh god.
How that said picked up wine cellar key reminds me of Metal Gear. If that was Metal Gear, it would be like, it would pause your game and say, "Hey Snake, you just found that wine cellar key. You can find this in the menus tab."
You can find this
Wouldn't
in the
it?
Won't Budge tab. Whoa. This book's got legs, it knows how to use them.
Looks like to strength your way out of it. That book fell off the table then.
Now we're still flirting with this girl in my chat.
Get out. That's where he's gone
Oh
to.
my
He's
God,
not
oh my
gone.
God.
He's not gone to bed. He's gone to have. Gone.
I think I just seen that guy's growler.
Who knows? Whoa! That was really loud in my right ear.
Yeah, fucking tell me about it, bro.
Is it a wolf? Is there a wolf monster?
I can hear it. I want to see him. I want to see the monster.
No, the only time you get to see him is when he's ripping your head off.
Oh God, what's happening? What's happening? What's going on?
17th of May,
Oh.
1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless.
It's like you're drunk.
I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a
Oh, it's
faint
based a long time ago. This was, wasn't it?
shimmer. My
Yeah,
weakened
back
body
beyond.
was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
Gasping for air.
Bugging hell, I
It
need to
was
get this big
waiting
light.
for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
I'm gonna get you before you get to it.
I'm the monster man. I am the man. I'm the
I
monster
reached
man.
out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can
I
remember
can't comprehend
is
this
the
shit,
grating
bro.
sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands
I liked
was
it
the
earlier when you
broken
said
pieces
bugger.
of
That
a
was a
most
good word. Did you clip that?
relic.
Probably not, bro.
That was a good one.
Oh,
It would have been a nice one to put in at the end. So you go, oh,
bugger. You should have taken that one. It's your own. Sweet child.
I meant to take the one where we're having a retarded conversation, but I forgot. I got.
the mush.
I know you got all the best, pretty much. But you missed that, maybe that one. Other than that, you got all the good ones from today. So, I'm happy with your performance.
Alright, cool. Thanks, boss.
I won't budge.
Damn it, skits in here, bro.
Hello.
Schizometer
What's
isn't
up?
for you.
Hello. It's your
I don't
favourite
like it.
mellow schizo. What's your favourite mellow schizo?
Don't be racist. Don't be
Not being
ableist.
racist.
Some people just have
That's a
schizophrenia.
lyric, that is. That's a lyric from a song, that is.
People can't help but have schitsness. That's just how they are.
Just how the skits in. What's
I mean-
the one condition that you'd want to have the least?
Tourette's.
You can get Tourette's, that isn't that bad though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like debilitating. And
You mean like really bad Tourette's when you,
you
just
know
start
that
shouting
Tourette's where you
random
just say
stuff?
anything that comes into your head, like it's like
Yeah.
when kids get it, they just start shouting chicken, chicken, faggot, oh god, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? What's hurting me? Oh, is it goo on the ground that's doing that? Freaking me out, that did. Maybe start twitching.
Is it the darkness that was doing it? Oh no, it was good on the floor.
It might have been the darkness. I don't know. But I'm not in there that long. I'm not in there. Where the fuck am I going? I've got a key for somewhere.
Yeah, wine cellar key. Ocelot said.
Yeah, where the fuck's a wine cellar?
Downwards, down the stairs.
Yeah, but this is where the goo was. Refinery. Fuck off. I'm trying to get through, bro. Can I put this goo on it?
Somebody was speaking to it. Uni said that because I wasn't gonna finish MGS5, they finished it and told me the ending. And the
Little
ending
wank.
is like, yeah,
It's because there's a third of the game that's missing.
I know. That's what I was telling them. I told, well, basically just regurgitate what you said to my best memory.
You did your best me impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real N-word with some money told me that, yeah, Kojima
Good.
got cooked by Konami Des.
It was obviously that
no third chapter disc car.
Kojima had a good idea for it being not Snake, but they just didn't give him the chance to say it.
Just turn it to
Give
medic.
him
Just put it as medic. Just retcon the first two. That weird MSX games.
Yeah, it don't.
Fuck 'em, who cares?
How does it fit in? Does it fit in at all?
Yeah, it does. Basically, I think it's Metal Gear 1 or Metal Gear 2. Solid Snake kills Big Boss. And he does kill him,
Hold
but
on.
he kills
I
Medic.
get confused. Is Solid Snake is the Smash Bros one? It's not the real one.
Yeah, Solid Snake's this one. It's like the,
Oh, is the like Uber Soldier, isn't it?
he's part of the Les Enfants Terribles project, along with Liquid and Solidus. He's the guy you play as in Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 4.
Don't you play as Liquid Snake? Oh no,
You never play as Liquid.
it Punish Snake, isn't it? That's in 5.
Yeah, that's Medic. Medic Boss.
So has Medic Boss been in any others?
Yeah, he's the guy that's killed at the end of MG2.
So did you know that was what the ending was going to be before MGS5?
No, no idea. But basically the thing was, it's like Big Boss, Snake, original Snake, died twice. He died at the end of MG2, and then he came back from the dead at the end of MGS4. People were like, well, why's that happened? And then they just retconned it and was like, well, there was 2 Big Bosses, because we had Medic Boss and Normal Boss.
So Medic Boss died at 2, but real boss
MG2.
died when?
At the end of MGS4.
Is that Snake Eater?
No. MGS4 is against the Patriots.
It's really confusing, this story, isn't it?
Well, yeah. It's like a weird kind of sci-fi war shit that's been going for like
It's good.
30 years.
It's
very
interesting,
good.
right? That, I mean,
Just a bit upset that it came to an ending like it did. I mean, as
Yeah.
good as MGS5 was as an actual game, it's just a bit shame that it just wasn't, the story wasn't all there.
yeah.
They wanted to stop with fucking Snake Eater. The Konami made them keep going. And then he spent $3
Did
billion
MGS5
making a CG cutscene of an egg.
MGS5 seal everything up.
No, the point of it was to connect the dots, but it didn't. It just retconned a bunch of shit and gave a really bad excuse for why people have powers.
What was the excuse? Oh,
The
it's a
excuse-
disease, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like a disease.
That's what my mate was saying.
So it's like-
That's what Quiet's got, isn't it?
Yeah, like
And then she doesn't talk,
Volgin,
is it?
all these people that had all these special abilities, they didn't actually have special abilities. They just had the disease.
And Volgin was the man on fire,
Yeah, but before that he had like the power of electricity, and then he died and was brought back to life as the man on fire by I don't know if Psycho Mantis, in MGS5 is the little kid with the gas mask before he becomes Psycho Mantis. I think he brings him back.
The ginger guy that like flies about and then the man on fire appears.
Yeah. He because like Eli, you know Eli,
Which one's
the
it?
blonde kid,
Oh yeah,
the Mamba, he's Liquid Snake.
yeah. Which one's Liquid Snake?
Liquid Snake is Eli.
What does Liquid Snake do though in the story? Does he do anything?
He's the main antagonist for MGS1, and his arm carries his DNA, which Revolver Ocelot has attached to his arm, and it becomes Liquid Ocelot. And he's like the main antagonist for the MGS2 and MGS4.
So Ocelot becomes evil?
Yeah, he like fuses with the DNA of Liquid's arm and becomes like kind of like dual personality. Like sometimes he's Ocelot, sometimes he's Liquid.
I thought they were good guys though. Why are they evil though?
They're not good guys.
What,
Well, I mean,
Ocelot isn't good?
the thing is, like, you can say they're good, but it's like there's no like,
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
there's no wrong side. Like, there's no one that's just inherently evil for no reason. They all have their own goals. Because the whole thing about it is that people interpret the boss's will differently. Snake thinks it should be a world where soldiers always have a place to be and all this stuff like that. And then there's like the patriots and stuff like that that want to make the world like a fucking police state.
Yeah, because the person was saying that Ocelot knew all the time, so that I guess that makes him not nice, doesn't it? It's like deceived. Well, the doctor. Does the doctor know that he's not Snake, or does the doctor think he is Snake?
Medic.
Hmm.
I think the scene where we find out that he's Medic is the scene where when he realizes he's Medic as well. I think.
What is the scene? It's right at the end. Something happens.
It's like they play The Man Who Sold the World on the cassette tape, and he has a flashback to when the crash happened and him being. Cause you know, at the very start of the game, they let you create a character.
Yeah.
That is like you look in the mirror and you see your creator character, because that's what Medic looked like before they gave him the surgeries to look like Boss and implant
I
Boss's
wondered
memories
what
in
the
it.
point of that was.
Yeah, because when I first did it, I was like, I didn't get the point, and then I thought it was for MGS Online. I think I need to go to somewhere to mix all this shit together.
Why is Konami so clever though?
What do you mean clever?
Like how he does all this story stuff. Not
Konami,
Konami,
Kojima.
Kojima. It's the same word though, isn't it?
Konami
It's
Media.
the same word. Konami and Kojima is the same word. Why is he so clever though? What is his IQ has got to be like 300.
He watches a lot of films. I don't know where I'm going, bro. I've got these mixes here, but I need to mix them together somewhere. Do you remember where the refinery is?
Yeah, it's in the middle set of stairs, downwards.
Is that it? How do I can't get through 'cause of... And I put like this stuff on. Chemicals need to be mixed first. Well, surely you mix chemicals in a fucking refinery. Did one of these things
That's
say
where you just
laboratory?
refine alcohol, isn't it? Yeah, one of them did upstairs. I saw you get it
It's
earlier.
down here, laboratory. You've got to be doing it in there, aren't you, really? I don't know if I've been in there or not yet.
I think you have, because it was when you started singing Monster Mash.
Oh, fucking hell.
I've not been paying any attention to this. I've been watching it, but I've not been paying any attention. I've just been talking, so I've got no idea.
Yeah, I've lost track. I'm on a different wavelength now. I've obviously missed something. Don't know if I can.
It's like when games like Metal Gear.
Let's just change the stream from playing Amnesia. Fuck Amnesia. Let's talk about Metal Gear for a bit and then turn this bastard thing off. Because I don't know what to do. Need a guide?
Like games like that, they come out not in order, and then how they. I'm listening to me and you talking at the same time as me trying to talk now, so my brain's
I
struggling
just fucking
to
push it
understand.
out, bro. Push it out.
When games come out not in order, and then they spend time making more games, which are obviously good games, that then connect the dots. It's really, I find it really interesting and clever how they do that.
Yeah.
That might sound really autistic me saying that, but even though I know like practically nothing about Metal Gear, I still find it interesting.
That's what like Peace Walker was. That was a massive one like that because we had like obviously the only game that we'd had where you actually played as Big Boss was MGS3, and then Peace Walker comes out and it's like talks about Paz, Chico, Kaz, what Kaz did before he got killed by Liquid.
So, hang on a minute. Kaz is the guy you say right at the start, isn't it? Or is that Miller?
Yeah, the same person, Kazuhira Miller.
Oh, right. Because he's like a novel game basically to you, and like to your mates.
Yeah, he's Mardy. He gets very Mardy after what happens to him at the start of the
So,
game.
the little white guy, White Mambel, or whatever his name is,
Eli.
he dies, does he? And then Ocelot takes his arm and then
Yeah.
kills Miller.
No, Liquid kills Kaz when he's still Liquid. It's like
Why does he do that?
well, at the start of MGS1, you're part of like the Foxhound unit, and you get receiving instructions from a bunch of people. There's like a woman that's kind of a radar woman, a guy that just runs down what you have to do for the mission, and then like Kaz is like a support guy. You can like call Kaz up like and say like, oh yeah, tell me about suppressors, and he'll be like, oh yeah, suppressors can help you hide from enemies or whatever like that. And at some point in the game, Liquid, or like some point before the game, something like that, I don't really remember, Liquid kills Kaz and puts on his like clothes and pretends to be him so he can talk to Snake and find out information.
Does he look different when he talks to you?
Well, he's like in full like costume, like there's no way you can tell the difference between Kaz and Eli because he looks exactly the same. But it's kind of like a plot
He's like
twist
a
where it's
little
like, oh,
faggot
Kaz
in
was actually dead
MGS5
forever.
then.
Oh yeah, because he's like 12 at the MGS5. He's like,
How old
20 odd?
is he in the other games?
well, I think I'm just gonna fuck this game off for a minute and carry on talking about this for a minute. Well, MGS5 is 85, and Eli is 12.
Ages, yeah.
Okay, he's 12. MGS1 is 2005 set, so 20 years older, so he's 32.
Oh, lovely.
And then
Is he a big dog when he grows up? Is he like a big fighter guy?
he's probably he's about the same size as Solid Snake because they're the same genetic makeup. Because they're both
So
clones of Big Boss.
I thought Solid Snake was like I said earlier, the Uber soldier, the perfect one.
Well, he was the perfect one out of the 3 children. He was the perfect blend.
So original Snake had kids with who?
He didn't have kids. They took his DNA and made clones from him. They made to be technical, they made thousands of clones, but there's only 3 of them that matter. Because like the people, like there was an evil group, and all the soldiers they used were had genetic clone makeup of Big Boss. So technically, throughout an entire game, you're beating up your own brothers and sisters. But there's 3 children. There's Solidus, who became the president of the United States, Liquid, and Solid Snake.
Right. And didn't Solid Snake die early because he had some cancer or something?
Yeah, he had his fox die, I think, like that. It's like a genetic disease because of him being a clone. So he rapidly ages from a certain point. Like when he hits like 50, he ages like 5 years within like every 6 months. So when you play as him in MGS4, he looks like he's about 80 years old, but he's only about 40. And it's on death's door. Like at the end of MGS4, you're meant to just think that like Solid Snake died shortly after the event.
Real Snake, what I'm guessing is Solid Snake and are at Snake's grave, isn't that? something.
Yeah, like at the end of
Is that
MGS4,
Medic
Solid Snake
Snake?
goes to Big Boss's grave. That is the real Big Boss. That's MGS3 Big Boss.
Right.
That's
but
not Medic.
Snake.
Medic's the one that dies in the old school 80s game.
Right. So, but I swear, like a young or youngish looking Snake is there with him that sort of pats him.
That's not Patson.
Yeah, it's like
You talking
he's in
about
the
this-
wheelchair, isn't he?
No, Zero's in the wheelchair. Big Boss is the other guy.
I don't know who's
Zero's the head of Cypher. He's Major Zero. He's like your the person that you are in command to in MGS3.
Isn't he evil though, Cypher? Cypher is evil in 5, isn't he?
Well, I mean, Cypher's a group, but it's like they're not necessarily evil. They're just on opposing sides.
Yeah, so it's
They're
put forward
enemies.
that they're evil in 5 then.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really
And-
give you like an understanding of why they do what they do yet, because this is way before the plot twists that we listened to in MGS2 and 4 happen.
So, and the schools guys, the ones that jump about, or ghosts, are they called schools or ghosts?
I don't fucking remember.
The guys that are like aliens that teleport about and are ridiculously strong, you have to kill them like a tank because they're so strong.
I don't remember.
Who are
what
they?
they're
Are they
associated with.
infected?
They're not in any other game.
I'm guessing they're affected
I
with
think-
the same thing that Quiet is. 'Cause
Yeah,
it teleports
they've
about like
got the
Quiet.
disease.
I keep calling him a pilot. I don't know why. And another
I think
one.
the gist of them was that it was just an anti-foxhound unit that was created
Right.
just to oppose
Who
them.
is the grey-faced guy? It's grey skull,
Skullface.
white skull, skullface.
He's
Who's
just a
it?
guy. Just a guy. He's no one in
Oh,
there.
right.
He's in
Did
one
you
game.
kill him?
Yeah, you do.
And he's Zoff, isn't he? So who
Yeah.
is Zoff?
It's just an anti-foxhound unit.
Right. And he had the skulls with him.
Yeah.
Right. And Psycho Mantis is like every time somebody references Metal Gear, like meme reference Psycho Mantis.
When
Why is that?
Liquid Snake took over Shadow Moses Island in MGS1, he did it with a team of people. It was him, Psycho Mantis, Vulcan Raven, and Sniper Wolf. That's his like unit of people.
Right. That's a lot of people I don't know.
Yeah, well,
But-
Vulcan Raven is just a Russian guy with a tank. Sniper Wolf is just a woman that uses a sniper and has like pet wolves.
So Psycho Mantis is like a kid, isn't he? In 5,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing he
And
grows up
he's
to
a
be a
lot
soldier.
more powerful when he's a kid than he is as an adult.
Is he still like a magic demon when he's older?
Yeah, well, the whole gimmick with it being a really powerful, impactful historic scene in MGS is because he says stuff like it's kind of a comedy thing. Like if you play on GameCube, he'll say like, "Oh, I see you've been playing Legend of Zelda." He'll say that to Snake because it reads your memory card and just says what game's on there. And there was a
Nice.
section in it where he makes, you know how they had old school PS1 had controller ports. He would make
Yeah.
controller port 1 have no support, so you'd have to plug your controller into the second controller port to fight him, and he'd change it back and forth throughout the fight.
Nice. That's really. How does that work?
I don't know,
That's
but
really
like
strange.
it was really weird when I actually played MGS1 myself for the first time. I did it on PS3, so I didn't get to experience that kind of stuff because I can't really read my memory card and say I've been playing COD.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was obviously before they had plans for him to be an important character back in the 80s, because he was just a minor boss character that died in a fight with Solid Snake at the start of MGS1, basically.
Is Solid Snake bigger than him? Like stronger than him? Like,
Yeah, Solid Snake kills him.
What is his? Because when he's a kid, he sort of flies about and is like a fire
Yeah.
demon. What is he when he grows up?
He's just a psychic, he's got psychic powers again, but he's nowhere near as strong as he was when he was a child.
Right. Okay. When he's a kid, is Man on Fire stronger than him, or is he stronger than Man on Fire?
Well, I don't really understand Man on Fire because it's Volgin, but it's not really Volgin. It's like a zombie Volgin. Like Volgin's not actually there.
Nothing stops him though, but water, and that's only like temporary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was murdered in the end.
Okay. Because I thought Psycho Mantis was the massive mech thing that you see in MGS5. What was that called?
That's Sahelanthropus. That's just the
Right.
Metal Gear.
Oh, Gear. What's the biggest Metal Gear?
Sahelanthropus.
Yeah, but it's gay though. It don't work properly.
Oh yeah, 'cause it was built in the 80s, before the actual Metal Gears were around.
That's
Well,
the
yeah.
strongest one though.
I didn't say it's the strongest one. You asked me what's the biggest one.
That's what I meant though.
The strongest one is probably Metal Gear Ray.
The only other one I know is Rex.
Rex, well, Ray is like Rex, but Ray can swim.
Isn't Rex Liquid Snake?
Yeah.
What is that? Because I've got a picture of Liquid Snake piloting it. Is that right?
Yeah, there's like a boss fight. You know when I told you about Grey Fox, you're that ninja, the cyborg ninja.
Oh right, yeah.
There's a scene at the end of MGS1 that's like, well, it's near the end. It's like the last proper boss fight. It's you and Liquid Snake are fighting. He's in the Rex. You're on the ground, and Grey Fox tries to come and help you, and then Liquid smashes Grey Fox with the big Rex foot and kills him.
Is Liquid Snake good at normal fighting?
Yeah.
Would he beat normal Snake?
No, because normal Snake's better than him, slightly genetically.
But the only one, like, in their prime, say all of them are in their prime, Solid Snake's the best Snake.
Probably, yeah.
Right, and then normal Snake.
Yeah, and then Big Boss.
Hold on, is...
Big Boss is normal
Right.
Snake. It's first Snake.
Right, okay. But I thought you were saying it's Solid Snake, then normal Snake, then Big Boss.
No,
I
no,
thought
no.
those two different... Right, okay. Okay.
But then, I mean, we got to talk about the first boss, the boss. She was good. She fucking, like, was an instrumental part in the Americans
Yeah,
winning
but
the Second
she
World
doesn't
War.
even, like... I know that she's nothing, though.
She's
Like,
not
normal
nothing.
boss beats her.
No,
Normal boss
she
beats
let
her.
Big Boss kill her.
Yeah, but he won, though.
Yeah, but she
They're
let
done
him
now.
win because she was doing it for the better, for the greater good. She knew she had
Yeah,
to
but
die
she
to save her
cheated, didn't
country.
she? She was double agent.
She was a triple agent.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one.
So she was good actually, and then she died she knew she had to die for her country, and then she knew that her son basically had to kill her.
Is her son Big Boss?
Not biologically, but adoptive.
Or adopted?
Do you know who the boss's son actually is?
No.
Ocelot.
See, that makes me want to think he's good again, but he's not, is he? He's evil.
I mean, he's not evil. He just doesn't.
What I mean by evil and what I mean by
Opposition.
good is what is boss. Boss is, in my head, boss is good. Everyone that doesn't like boss is evil. So he's evil, isn't he?
If he loves his mum, he loves Boss. We're hearing about Big Boss.
Who's normal Snake's? Who has Ocelot's his son? Yeah. Normal
Ocelot's
Snake's
who's
son.
his son? No, not Normal Snake.
Normal
I'm talk-
Snake is his dad, though. That's what I'm saying.
Who's dad?
Ocelot's dad.
No. The boss and Big Boss. Big Boss is the boss's adoptive kid, basically.
Yeah. And then
Ocelot
who's
is the
Ocelot's
son
dad?
of the boss. The son of Ocelot is the
Oh.
Sorrow, who's a person that helped the boss win World War II.
Right. Okay.
To put it in
So
straightforward
they're really
terms.
like stepbrothers, then, aren't they? normal Snake.
Basically,
and
yeah.
Ocelot. Right. Okay.
Because the
That-
boss
that got-
trained
that got heated,
Big
that
Boss and like basically.
Is Ocelot any
taught him
good, though?
everything. Yeah, Ocelot was great. He's like he doesn't die for like up until the final game. He's like
Yeah,
in
but
all
who
of
does
them.
he fight though? If he fought Snake, who would win? Snake, wouldn't it?
Well, he did fight Snake, Solid Snake,
Who won then?
Solid Snake. Kicked
Yeah,
his
exactly.
arse.
Snake's better then.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Is that
it-
what? Is that
really,
why he's lost
that
his
wasn't
hand?
really Ocelot at that point. It was basically just Liquid.
Who's better, Ocelot or Liquid Snake?
Well, I mean, Liquid Snake had a strong enough personality and psych-wise to take over the entire like body of Ocelot. So probably Liquid Snake, even though Liquid died. He still beat
Liquid Snake seems
Ocelot
like
from
a
beyond the
faggot.
grave. Graves.
Beyond the grade.
Young out. Talk to fucking
Ocelot.
Young Out. Ask him about Young Out. It's like, oh yeah, what do you think about? Blah, 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 blah.
Ocelot doesn't seem like he's good at it. He's good at fighting.
He's sick.
Liquid Snake doesn't seem like he's good at fighting.
He is.
But
well, I
Miller
mean-
does.
Well, Miller has
Is Miller
one
better
fucking
than those
arm.
two?
No, Miller. Liquid killed Miller.
Yeah, but is that when Miller had one arm?
Yeah. It was in
not
2005.
fair
It was
then, is
20
it?
years after he was a one-armed man. Well, Miller
Well,
was
yeah,
never
he's
that
one
good
arm,
of a
one leg.
soldier.
If he had arms and leg, if he had 2 arms and 2 legs.
Well, he had 2 arms and then legs in the fucking Cold War. He didn't do a fucking lot then, did he? The only
I don't
game that
know.
he has any shit in is Peace Walker, which is like, I don't fucking know when that is. It's like probably Vietnam time.
He
What
seems
did he
cool though
fucking do
when
He is cool. He's a cool
When-
guy, but he's, I mean,
Liquid comes in.
he was bullied his whole life because he
Um,
was he is the son. Like during World War II, his dad went to Japan, impregnated a bitch, and fucked off back home. And he was like the single, like only child to a single mother in Japan. He used to get bullied because he was American, like half American.
When the little kid Mamba comes on the deck and then tries to
He comes
attack
on the
Snake,
what?
he goes on the deck and then Snake beats him up and like
Deck.
dislocates his arm.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene, but doesn't what does Miller do? Miller does something where he disarms someone, pulls out the mag, and then unloads the one in the chamber, doesn't he? On
One in the
MGS5.
chamber.
Who does he do that to? I can't remember who he
fucking
does
know.
that to. That was a cool bit. That makes me think he's a good at fight.
Well, he is good. To be part of like fucking Big Boss's fucking squad.
Ocelot doesn't seem like Ocelot seems like a fat dad.
No, Ocelot. You should see Ocelot when he had like when Revolver Ocelot was fucking Revolver. He's got 2 revolvers. You know how you do that thing where you throw them up in the air and spin them like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen the scene from MGS3 where he spins the revolvers and he spins around the back of his back and stuff like
No,
that?
but I know he's
like
called
it's
Revolver.
cool as shit.
Isn't it like Revolver to Chanka Ocelot or something, isn't it?
Shalashaska.
Yeah, Chanka then.
Shalashaska.
Oh, felt that one
Cowboy.
coming. What is it I'm saying? Because in MGS5, like the last gun you can ever unlock is his revolver, isn't it?
6 shots, more than enough to
Research.
kill anything that moves.
So I assume he's good with the pistol, but I don't know. I'm not seeing him.
He's
If-
good with the pistol. It's fucking called Revolver, bro.
I know I said that on purpose to wind you up. I don't.
He's
I was
fucking
gonna
always
say.
got that fucking single action fucking revolver. He knows what's up. He
Yeah, I was
keeps that
gonna say who
motherfucking
would
thang
win.
up on him.
Snake or Ocelot. I've already asked that. Snake one. What is the other one? Solidus Snake, isn't it?
Yeah,
What's he like?
Solidus. He's like beefcake status.
Is he good at fighting?
Yeah, but he's like a big strong man. I mean, I don't really know if he's any good at actual fighting because he wears a fucking like exoskeleton.
Who would win, him or Liquid Snake?
Liquid.
Why is Liquid so good?
Well, he's just basically the same as Solid Snake, just a bit worse. Because they are the twin snakes. Out of the 3 children, they're the 2 that were successful in terms of trying to replicate Big Boss.
Which 2?
Liquid and Solid. They are the twin snakes because they're very similar.
Who would win out of those 2 though? Solid Snake, wouldn't it?
Solid. Because he's slightly better. He's the best. He's the best of the children.
How does Liquid die?
RPG explosion.
I didn't even have a good death then.
Well, he was chasing. Well, he got blown up in the Rex, and then he came out of the Rex and chased Solid Snake, in a car. And they were like underneath these tunnels, shooting at each other with rockets and shit.
Do they know that they're brothers?
Yeah.
Genetic brothers.
Because Liquid goes, brother! I keep saying that all the time every time you see a Solid, and Solid's like, brother? Like Hulk, not like Hulk Hogan,
brother?
but like,
yeah.
He's saying it like questioning, like, what does he mean, brother? You know how, I don't know if you know about Solid MGS, but like every time someone says this, they'll go like, this? Like when there's like a hind D, it's like, a hind D? Sniper Wolf? Who like question everything, which obviously
Psycho Mantis.
it's a good way for him to say Psycho Mantis, and then whoever is in charge can say, yes, Psycho Mantis is a man that does this and that.
Like the one that if you ever see anything and it clips, somebody clips back to one of the snakes saying Psycho Mantis when it looks like potato graphics. Is
Psycho
that
Mantis? Yeah.
Right.
It is.
Okay. Because I was trying to remember.
Solidus, I say he's not as good, he's the worst of the 3 children. He still managed to fucking become the president though.
If Solidus fought Ocelot, who would win? Without guns.
What?
Solidus.
Is Solidus allowed his suit?
Well, what does the suit do?
It's like an exoskeleton. It's like a big, massive skeleton.
No, it's just...
Probably, I don't know, Solidus. It depends how old they are. Like, if Revolver Ocelot was
prime,
so fucking old when Solidus was around.
Yeah, I mean, like, in their prime, though, when they're the best.
Solidus, because he's just a beefcake.
Is he, like, absolutely ripped?
No, he's like, you know, Batista. Like, he's just wide as fuck.
Just massive.
Wide,
yeah.
he's big.
Wide man stance.
Wide man stance. Where they're like,
he cannot
Solid and Liquid, they're kind of more like lean, like...
Yeah, that's exactly why I think he's
built
a faggot.
For more cardio kind of shit.
That's what I assume him being like skinny, Liquid Snake, because he's a little skinny kid as well, isn't he? So I always think he's a faggot. I don't know. I'd have to Google Liquid Snake and see what it looks like when he's older.
Because you know Raiden, the blonde guy.
Nope.
You know Raiden. He's the guy I told you about that turns into the Cyborg Ninja later on.
Oh, right, yeah.
Solidus, when Solidus was...
Ninja Raiden.
When Solidus was in Liberia, I don't know when this was. It's probably probably the same time that Medic's doing shit in Afghanistan during MGS5. But Solidus is in Liberia, and he's like recruiting all the child soldiers, and that's when he recruits Jack the Ripper, who eventually becomes Raiden.
Right. So Raiden comes up like Liquid Snake.
Raiden is the replacement for Solid Snake, because when Solid Snake finishes MGS1, he doesn't want to work for Foxhound anymore.
Right.
Because he doesn't like he doesn't like.
How come
what
Liquid
they stand
Snake
for.
was just a random kid soldier? What was he doing in the middle of Afghanistan or Africa?
I don't fucking know, to be honest.
Because he's just like in a tribe in a boat, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Like, because obviously he's been made and then like abandoned, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, he grew up in England. That's why he has an English accent.
Yeah.
So he probably did it on his own accord. Like, went to Africa or Afghanistan or wherever to do this shit.
Would they know he was gonna be like a big guy at fighting when
they made
him
him,
a
yeah,
clone?
that's the point why they made him, because it was called the Terrible Children Project. It was a project to recreate Big Boss, so that when
Right.
if Big Boss defected or died, they could have someone to kill him or take his
Why was
place.
Big Boss so good though? I don't get why
Because he
Big
beat
Boss is
the
so
boss. He's
good.
the
That's
best.
literally the only reason.
He killed and defeated the best soldier alive, and her entire team.
So I thought it was just him versus the woman one.
Well, leading up to killing her, he destroyed the rest of the group. I
He's
forget
a
what their
big
group's
dog
called.
then, isn't he?
They always have cool names.
What
for the
song
groups.
is that?
I don't know.
I'm a big dog. It says it like I said it.
I don't know.
That's annoying me that I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
And what is Real Snake? Is Real Snake dead during
Real
MGS5?
Who?
Is
The
Real
real
Snake
Big
dead?
Boss?
Yeah.
No, he's still alive because he dies at the end of MGS4.
What is he doing in that time when Medic Boss is?
Fuck knows, bro. That's what the whole point of MGS5 was. We were going to find out what Big Boss was doing for like 30 years between games.
What happens? What happens from before MGS5 to then when you next see Real Snake? What does he do?
I don't know. There's no other games that are about him.
Okay, so before MGS5, what is he doing?
Before MGS5, he has Operation Virtuous with the boss, and then the boss defects to the Soviet Union, and then Operation Snake Eater happens. And then at the end of Operation Snake Eater, he gets awarded the title of Big Boss. He then defects from the US to form his own like private military corporation, which is obviously what like Diamond Dogs, Foxhound, everything ends up becoming in the end. And then after he does that, the Peace Walker incident happens, where there's this nigga's got Metal Gears, and we gotta stop them because they're trying to kill people. And that's why he meets and becomes friends with Kaz, and has all the issues with Paz and Chico and whatnot happen. And then directly after that, what happens is Paz gets destroyed in the Peace Walker gets destroyed, and the evacuation shoots Paz out into the ocean, and then they find out that she's alive and they go together, and that's when you do ground zeros, where you save Chico from the cages and Paz from the compound. And then obviously
what is Chico anyway?
Chico's Paz's friend, and Chico Chico knows a lot of information, but he's like traumatized and they can't get it out of him.
What is Paz? Are any of them any good at doing anything or not?
Paz she looks like she's like 12, but she's like 30 something. She's a double agent.
Right.
For like when Doctor Strange
when Boss, the woman Boss, defects to Soviets, she's already said to the American secret services that she's gonna do it, and they know what's gonna happen.
I don't know if they know. I think she might go to the grave with the only person understanding the true nature of what she actually did was Big Boss and Ocelot, her son. Then they're the only two people that really know the truth. Because when he is being commended for taking out the boss and they announce him Big Boss, like the whole scene, he hates it, and then straight afterwards he goes to a grave and cries.
Right. Does he tell anybody about that?
Probably not. No.
Big Boss seems like a big man, basically.
He is.
If he's killed all the biggest guys, and then he's now the biggest guy.
He's the biggest guy, and they made big guys out of him.
Do you reckon if it was a real fight between Boss and Snake, do you reckon Snake would have won anyway?
I don't know. Probably not.
What is so good about the Boss? What does she do?
She was just the best soldier that ever lived. Like, that's her gimmick. She's just the best ever. There's no one better.
The best at everything, like shooting, fighting, everything.
Yeah, like her backstory is basically like what she did and her team did during World War II was instrumental in them winning the war.
Right.
Like without her,
it's alternative
they probably would have
history,
lost.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's like alternative history, probably starting
post World War One. Like everything in history is exactly the same, apart from probably until the boss was born in 1920 odd, somewhere around that time. So like, it's the history that we have today up until the end of World War One. And then everything else is changed.
Right.
Oh yeah, her team is the Cobra unit. That's the name.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Because it's the pain, the fear, the end, the fury, the sorrow, and the boss, who was also known
And
as the
Snake kills
Joy.
all of them.
Yeah. Oh, Sorrow was already dead.
Why does Snake kill all of them? Because he thinks they're all evil.
Oh, because they all did.
Defect.
Like when she defected, the Cobra unit did too.
Right. Did all of them know that she was a double, triple agent?
I don't think so.
So they just thought that they were now all friends of the Soviets.
Yeah, well, I think like she told them why the reason, like that she convinced everyone was the reason why she defected to be with the Soviets. And obviously they just believed it, but deep down she knew that she was only doing that and saying that for another cause. She was a triple agent.
Right. Very complicated.
Because you know the old saying, "Who dares wins." That in the Metal Gear universe is a tribute to the boss.
Right.
Like a lot of kind of shit like that, like stuff that, like military happenings, like say if like I don't know, say if like the Americans were the ones that murdered Hitler or something like that. In the storyline, it would be that the boss was the person that did it, kind of shit. Like they rewrote kind of important like battles and shit like that in history, where the boss was like instrumental in the success.
Top of Mount Olympus.
She knew the shit. It was kind of weird with Big Boss being like her adopted son, because he had like a really kind of sexual thing for her.
Who did Ocelot?
No, Big Boss.
Why can't he have that though? What's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It was just kind of weird, because it's like she's your adoptive mother, and he's got like
yeah. I forgot that.
like she treats him as a son, and he obviously sees her as like a mentor and stuff like that. But he had like sexual attraction to her.
That isn't it?
But the boss did end up having a lady, the Big Boss.
Did he?
Yeah, Eva.
Oh, I think he's this. That doesn't she like leave him a note and she kisses it or something?
I fuck you bitch and I kiss her, but I'm not all on
Yeah.
the note.
I knew you were gonna say that. I baited it.
She's in I think she's only in Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 4. In MGS4 she's called Big Mama and she rides like motorbike.
Vugo Mama. Waga Mama.
Because she doesn't know that Big Boss is alive. She thinks Big Boss is dead.
Is that why she leaves the note, or does she know he's dead? Not dead when she leaves the note.
Well, I think she knows he's dead when he dies in MG2.
How many years after MGS5 is MG2?
MGS5, Metal Gear,
Ask me
Metal Gear
anything
2.
about Metal Gear. Ask me anything.
I think that's it. MGS5, and after MGS5 you've got Metal Gear, and then Metal Gear 2.
So how many years is that, do you reckon? 10?
About, yeah, I think MG2 is 95.
Right. Is that the actual Snake that dies then, or is that Medic Snake?
Medic. And obviously, the whole world is told that Big Boss died.
So when does the real Snake die? Real Snake.
The real Big Boss
Yeah.
He dies at the end of MGS4.
And that's ages after MGS5.
It's ages. MGS4 is 2014.
Right, okay. What does he
So-
die of?
Fucking. I don't remember. I think it's Fox die as well. I think he does a Fox die.
So is that what's that thing that kills Solid Snake?
Yeah, Fox die. Same thing.
No, it was just a genetic condition with Snake, rather than a Solid Snake catching a disease.
It's been a long time since I've watched or played the end of MGS4, so I'm a bit foggy on
Right.
the actual who's and what's and the
It's alright.
why the people died, but I do remember that
And
they did die.
that thing with the grave, I'm still confused at that. Is that real Snake with...
Real Snake.
The
Are you on
other
about the
guy?
thing at the grave with at the end of MGS4?
I don't know what game
There's
it
a
is,
lot of scenes where people go to someone's grave.
but
Well,
it's,
you're
it's
not
somebody...
There's the person with the person in the wheelchair, and then another person.
Yeah, the person
That's the
in
end
the
of
wheelchair's
MGS4.
there,
The person,
and
the
then
wheel,
a
person in the
s- a
wheelchair is Major
snake
Zero.
walks in.
Yeah, the person who's looking at the grave is Solid Snake. At this point, he's called Old Snake.
In the wheelchair.
No, the guy looking at the grave before the guy with the wheelchair comes in. Then a guy comes in with the guy in the wheelchair. So we've already got Solid Snake. The guy in the wheelchair is Zero. The guy pushing the wheelchair is Big Boss. Original Snake.
Right. And whose grave are they at? Medic Snake.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Solid Snake know that that's not the real Snake that's dead?
No.
So they're all
So
really surprised.
he
Does-
finds out that whoever he killed during MG2 was not Big Boss, because Big Boss is right in front of him now.
Hold on a minute. So he thought he killed real Snake
But he didn't.
games ago,
Yeah,
but he didn't.
he didn't.
So who does he think that is in the grave?
The real Big Boss. Are you saying about
But
when he realizes Big Boss is still alive? Who does he think is the person he killed?
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He didn't think about it
So he thinks that he's killed the real Snake.
for all those years.
Yeah. He
Ever since
doesn't
the
know
mission.
who does he think's grave he's gone to?
Big Boss.
So he's not been buried for like 2 games.
Well, he's not going to his freshly sunk grave.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I
grave that's
thought
obviously
that's
been
what it
there
was.
since whenever.
I thought it was
He
like a
just
funeral.
went.
He just went after the end of MGS4 because he knows that he's going to die soon. That he's only got a couple of years left to
Okay,
live.
okay.
He goes to just reminisce about his life, and he goes to Big Boss's
Right.
grave.
Okay, that's cleared up. Is Zero a good guy or not?
No.
In my
no.
eyes.
In your eyes, no, definitely not. He is like one of the instrumental people behind Cypher turning into the Philosopher's Legacy, changing it into the fucking Lali Lulelo, creating like a fucking police-controlled state, trying to take over the world, and make everything like.
So how come he's at Snake's grave if he's not nice with him?
Big Boss brings him to Solid Snake to kill him, to finish, like
Oh.
to end, like the evil tyranny in the world that was the Patriots. It's like the final, like we won thing. Like we
So
finally
he
achieved the
purposely-
boss's legacy.
He purposely makes Solid Snake take Zero there to kill Zero, but Solid Snake doesn't know he's told him to do it.
Solid Snake doesn't take Zero there. Big Boss takes Zero there with him,
Right.
and then they unplug his oxygen tank and let him suffocate.
Does Zero know that it's Big Boss with him?
I think Zero's basically brain dead by this point.
Oh, okay.
That's why they kill him instead of like incarcerating him or whatever. There's a lot of people that they live for an extra
can
4
imagine
years, but they're like
Yeah.
they're brain dead. Like Solid as Snake. He at the end of MGS2, like a kind of plot point in MGS4 is that they're trying to steal Big Boss's body from his grave, but it's not his, it's Solidus. Because
Right.
Solidus
So it
was
doesn't
alive, like when Solidus was defeated, he didn't die. He was clinically brain dead, but his body was still alive. And then people were trying to steal his body, thinking it was Big Boss's or whatever. It's a minor plot detail, it's not really important. But there's a lot of instances where people are basically no longer active, but they're still alive, technically.
Is this all the disease stuff?
It's a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people have had comas. A lot of people get just like, not even just diseases, like a lot of characters died from stuff like cancer.
Okay.
Or like bedridden. Because I think it was Big Boss had leukemia or something like that, and then which made him infertile.
Right. Did Big Boss see like Liquid Snake as his son at all, or like the other ones as his sons, or did he not do anything with
In
them?
the end, he saw Solid Snake as his son.
Right. So he was good with Solid Snake.
Yeah.
But as Solid
He had
Snake tried
respect
to
for
kill
all
him?
that Solid did. Yeah, but obviously he killed Medic instead. Solid Snake was just following orders
Right. So
that
Solid
he,
Snake
that he
killed
thought
Big-
were under
yeah.
good reason.
Okay.
Which I
But
mean,
they
you could
weren't.
argue that they were, but I mean, it's another thing whether it's whose side you're on. No one's really wrong, no one's really right. It's how you envision what you would want the world to be.
Okay. But in my eyes, he followed orders, but it was the wrong orders, basically.
Yeah, if you're on the side of anything that Big Boss does is what I'm with.
Yeah. Just like Big Boss, don't I? Big dog. I'm a big dog.
It's a
Need
big
to
dog
find
for
out
you.
what song that is. I'm a big dog. I can't think of it when I've got a song on in the background.
A thong. I can't think about it when I've got a thong on. What about a thong on? What about a pong pong? Let's play some ping pong. Naked snake. He's a naked and he's a snake. He's a fucking sneaky dude. He sneaks around the fucking place. It's a fucking sneaky bro, that is, isn't he?
Yeah. What happens when they kill Zero, Solid Snake and Big Snake?
He just dies.
What do those two do though?
Leave him there.
Are they friends after that?
Well, Big Boss dies.
How long after that does he die?
Fuck knows. Don't remember. Probably pretty soon. Probably the exact same moment.
No, okay. How old is he? Is he really old at that point?
About 80.
Oof. Oof. How old is Solid Snake? Pretty young, but he's aging really quick.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
but probably physically he's probably about the same age, but he's like 40 years younger.
Right. Okay. So is Zero the guy that you're mainly hunting in MGS5?
His group,
Right.
but
Do you
not
ever
him in
figure that
particular.
out? Do you ever sort that out?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Okay, what
you
happens
kind of
with
connect the dots with that when you find the plot twists in MGS2. When they talk about the president is a person that's chosen by a elite organization, kind of shit.
that? Okay. See, if they ever released like, I don't know. I was gonna say a film, but a film
They could they've tried doing a film for ages, but if they do a film, it would literally just be the basic plot
They'd have to
details of the
do,
first Metal Gear Solid.
They'd have to do it in like each game as a film sort of thing, wouldn't they? Or like not even that, maybe more than that.
It would never work. Like the only thing where I think it could ever work doing a story this convoluted, complex, and stuff like that is through video game.
You don't even think
about
like,
how much is going to
like
be
a
lost
TV
in translation.
show or like...
No. There's too much that's lost in translation.
Yeah, but it's already there in English.
Yeah, but what TV show has ever included all minor details of the thing that it's actually based off of?
Yes,
You
yes.
can't name me one in the history of anything, because there's only a limited amount of time, and producing a TV
budget
show
as well,
format
isn't it?
of the entirety of the Metal Gear series would probably be really fucking boring, because there's so fucking much.
Do you reckon they'll ever do like remaster all of them and put them all together?
No, I don't think so. No.
I mean,
They
nice if
they
do
wouldn't.
that.
Well, I mean, people thought they were going to when they had that pachinko game that had remastered cutscenes from MGS3. People thought that was like, are they fucking remastering MGS3? And then obviously we had the whole fiasco with Kojima and all that. The thing with Metal Gear is, I mean, it's finished now. It's done. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what spin-off they do
Kojima's
now
done, isn't it?
with Metal Gear Survive. It don't matter. It's over. The story is over. You've got from Peace Walker to Guns of the Patriots. That's your story. That's it. That's all you're getting. No more.
Peace Walker, the first one.
No, sorry, Peace Walker, sorry. Snake Eater. I'm now losing.
Snake Eater is the first one.
Yeah, I'm losing track of everything now, because, I mean...
Is Snake
been
Eater
talking
when
about this for ages.
boss becomes Big Boss?
Yes, he becomes Big Boss at the end.
Is that why there's the sad song? Snake Eater, sad song.
Well, the song that's like,
Snake
Snake
Eater.
Eater! Well, that song is
Yeah.
really about his journey through Operation Snake Eater, which is eating tree frogs. When you're on a tree
tree
frog,
Yeah.
you'll taste your will to survive. The saddest
Doesn't-
song is
is
the
that
song that
the
has it
one-
in MGS5. But it like literally gives me shivers because of how amazing the trailer made me feel.
So,
You know the one where it's like, where it's got Kaz over the top of it saying like, I could still feel my leg.
I sort of know what you're saying, but I can't remember what the song goes like.
I'll get it up in a sec. I'll get it up in a sec and I'll show you my fucking big boss, my big purple-headed one.
The clock's ticking, I just count the hours.
Alright, here is the thing. Showing one final smoke, Big Boss finally made peace with his last living son and was pleaded with Snake to spend his final days in peace, not wasting them fighting. Big Boss passed away at the grave of the woman whose life and death had made him into the person he was.
So he dies at
He's buried next to the boss.
Bosses. Is Snake's family ever introduced into the story?
No. I don't think he has one. I think he's an orphan. Alright, let me get MGS5. Kaz speech. The Kaz speech is the best scene in the entire game. Why are we still here?
Oh yeah, I know that bit, but I need to know how it goes.
We're still here. Just to suffer.
Oh yeah.
Every night, I can feel my leg and my arm, even my fingers. The
Because
body
it's the song that goes like, whoa, oh, you know that one.
No, skip it a bit.
Let me get the actual song up without the Kaz speech in it. Sins of the Father is the song.
Oh, it's the one. It plays it when Quiet's messing about, doesn't it, all the time?
Yeah.
This song. And that was what that person was.
This is
telling
P
me,
Quiet,
that
I'm
Quiet-
sure the LZ.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I have a memory of MGS or anything, like us talking about it, or just anything to do with Metal Gear, I always think of, this is P-Quad!
Or having sure the LZ.
Yeah.
See, she's going to go after it. She's going to go, words that kill! That's a good thing that she says in this one.
What is that one? What is the black
This is
one?
this
Did
one.
I just say? The one that goes really. Oh yeah.
It's one song, but it's like a 10-minute song.
Whoa, yeah.
I wanted to actually sing the bit which goes, what? Oh, here it is. Words that kill. Alright. Fucking Donna.
Imagine
leave
being
it
able to
out.
do that.
Why do you
that
think
imagine
fucking
being able to
Kojima's
sing.
hired her for every game?
Who is it that's singing?
Donna Burke.
I can't really say.
Donna Burke. Words that kill. Speak them to me.
But imagine being able to do that. Reach them notes. Like they clearly can reach them high notes. Imagine being able to reach them.
Father sins with my dick in the fridge.
Why does the guy in the GTA heist trailer look like Mr. Potato Head?
Why
The
does-
guy that's
why
like
does
the CIA
fucking
guy.
Solid Snake and MGS1 look like Mr. Potato Face.
It just looks like his whole. It's like Cleflipius, isn't it? Solid Snake in that game. Listen to me. I said he's like Cleflipius because it looks like his whole face has been stretched downwards to cover his lips.
Sorrow for the night.
That jet. I'm watching the trailer again. GTA.
Supreme, you're catching the new cream drop. My life. Now forerunner, good for you. Snake eater. I'm still in a dream. Fucking doped it. My favourite song is the old Snake theme because it's like fucking like dope track. It's like dope backing track.
Yeah, I don't know that one, so I'll play it in a minute. But this GTA trailer, it's got like what looks like a mini Concorde,
Uzi.
basically, and there's a turret seat on it, like the Bombushka, what it looks like in the trailer. Like somebody's on a camera and it's got like twin like explosive round
Twin
cannons on it. Hopefully they do some really cool stuff with this house, because it looks like they could do. But it looks like an AC-130 gun. There's a submarine on it. That would be the new thing. That would be the new base, surely. A submarine. Oh, I'm really looking forward to that. GTA. It's like bread boy beats. This ain't got anything.
It's
It's
a dope
so cool.
track. I just like this the crappy thing of it. It's like the
It
first thing
sounds
you
like
play is when you're in,
the
like,
intro
Arab
to
country.
like a TV drama. It's like when they're introing it and showing people's names that are playing like the roles, and it's like flicking through photos. You know what I
And
mean?
they've got more roles than Greg's. Honestly, I'm fucking ending the
Yeah.
stream, bro. I've had it.